Hi everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial. I'm Dami of 𝐓𝐻𝐇. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful overbust corset. Is a transparent overbust corset. So if this is what you like to learn, stick to the end of the tutorial. If you are joining us for the first time today, thank you for joining us, and please click the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell to get notified anytime we have a new tutorial. And for returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. If you want to join my WhatsApp group, the link will be in the description box. If you have any question, if you have any request, you can drop them in the community. The community is open, so you can drop the picture of your request in the community. So sit tight and let's get started. Alright, so for the drafting of this overbust corset now, I have the lines ruled out. This is the shoulder line, the chest line, bust, under bust, the waist. This is the hip line, right? So with this now, we'll go ahead to impute our measurement. The shoulder divided by 2, you mark it on the shoulder line and also on the chest line. Come down from the shoulder line by 1 inch for your shoulder slope, and you connect it to the 3 inches neck width. Okay, so my bust span measurement divided by 2, 3.5. I will mark it down straight to the. Alright, so this I'll be using a erasable pencil for it because we are going to be redirecting our darts. So tentatively I'll be using this. I hope you're able to see this also. Alright, so I have this bust span line now. Then I'm going to impute my bust measurement divided by 4. I have 9.25. My under bust measurement divided by 4. I have 7.75 here. So whatever I have on the bust line, I will take it to the waistline as usual. So my waist now, from my waist measurement, I have reduced my waist measurement by 2 inches. So it all depends on how much snatching you want to do. But I want this person to be comfortable wearing the corset. So I just reduced it by 2 inches. So before I divided my bust measurement by 4, I've reduced it by 2 inches. So what I got now is 7.25. So whatever difference we have is what I'll be using for my waist darts and also for the overbust, the bust tightening. So for the under bust tightening, I have 1.5. So I'll be dividing it on both sides of the nipple to nipple line. And for this one, I have 2 inches. Alright, so my dart is going to be stopping ½ inch before the bust point, and the difference in the front and the back half length for this person is 1.5 that we'll be using as our bust dart. Alright, so once you are done with these darts now, we are redirecting it. So I'm going to be doing the tightening. Alright, so for our tightening, we have done the tightening now. So before I connect it, I'm not connecting it to the waistline now. So it's time to draw out our redirecting. I want this dart, I don't want to be too straight to have beauty to the overbust corset. So I'm going to be slanting it. So from our center front now on the hip line, I will go in by 1.5. From the center front, I went in by 1.5. So the dart that I have here is 2 inches. So from that point, so I went in by 1.5 here. So from this 1.5 here, I'm going to be marking whatever we have on our waist, which is 2 inches. So that is going to be where our new dart leg is going to be. So I mark 2 inches. So we are redirecting this dart here to this point. So from the under bust now, I'm going to be connecting it straight to the hemline like this. Alright, so I'm connecting it to the way I've connected it like this. So all these excess that we don't need, we just erase it up in order not to get confused. Alright, so this will be the darts we'll be cutting out, and also you can just decide to just from your waistline here, you can go out by 0.5 from this waistline here. You go out here by 0.5, and from this one also you go in by 0.5. We are still maintaining the same 2 inches that we are doing like this, so we're still maintaining the 2 inches. Don't forget we are working with 2 inches, so you can connect this one also like this. All right, so this is what the final dart is going to be like. So when we are cutting out, this is the dart is not going to be straight like a regular dart. It's going to be like this. So once we are done with that, now we can continue with imputing our hip measurements. My hip divided by 4, I have 10.5, and I use 2 inches as the dart, so I'm going to be adding the darts to it. So I have this here, and I'll connect it to the waistline like this. So this is what it's going to be like. Now for the corset length, now you believe that this is too long for a corset, so by corset length from my waist, I'll be stepping down by 5 inches. From the waist, I'll step down by 5 inches. Okay, so on the side here, I will go up by 1 inch. In order, I don't want the hem to be straight up, to be straight like this, so you can just play around with your curve rule to make any shape of your choice. Okay, so this will be the hem of our corset. So back to the armhole here, I'll divide my armhole into 2 to draw out the armhole curve and step down by 1 inch. For the armhole curve, I'll go in by 1 inch also. Okay, so for our overbust tightening now, you are going to be deciding on what's the height of your or the upper bust, how much you want it to be cover. So from the chest line, I'm going up by 3 inches. From the chest line, I'm going up by 3 inches. So I will make the curve like this. So this is how covered I want my corset to be. So from this line here, I will step up by another 1 inch. Please follow what I'm doing closely. From where I want the corset to stop up, so I'll step up here by 1 inch. And from the neck depth, I'm working with the neck depth of 7.5 inches. This all depends on how much you want to expose. So 7.5 inches. So from here now, you know, I went off from this line by 1. So from here, I will come in again by ½ inch. Now on the chest line now, I will go up also by another ½ inch. So I'm trying to draw out the shape of the corset. So this here, my nipple to nipple measurement, I will extend it to this new line here, which is 3.5. I will extend it up here. Then I'm going to be doing my overbust tightening of 1 inch on both sides. I will tighten it up by 1 inch on both sides, and I'll connect it to the bust point. Alright, so this is for the overbust tightening. So before I connect, I'm going to be connecting this point here up to this point and back to this point here. So I will extend this one up like this. So I want to connect it. So before I connect it, I have to close my darts. Don't forget, it is always very important to close your darts before you do any connection, so as to get the perfect shape you want and not to shorten your measurement. So I have my dart closed like this. Then I can use my ruler to mark it out. Alright, so this is what I have here like this for the upper part. So when I'm cutting it, I will see the difference now. One side will not be longer than the other one. So from here now, I will connect it to this place. Okay, so this is what the upper part also is going to be looking like. I hope you're able to understand the explanation. If you don't get it, you can just reverse the video and go back to watch each of the steps. So now that we are done with this now, we can go ahead to close our bust dart also, so that we can blend in the sides. All right, so with this now we can go ahead to cut out our pattern. So this is what I have for the front bodice now. So you notice that this part here is equal by the time we want to join it together. Now looking at the picture of the corset we are making now, for this transparent corset, to have the structure for the bust part now, we need to make a bustier inside. You see that there is a bustier inside. So to make the bustier now, I'm going to be putting this on a fresh pattern paper. I'll put it on the fresh pattern paper and it will be stopping on the underbust line. This is our underbust line here. So I'll make sure this one aligns like this. It's stopping on the underbust line. Then I'll go ahead to cut out the same shape. So this one I'm cutting out is what I'll be using for the bustier pattern that is under it. Okay, so this is for this. Don't forget to label it. The upper part, the center, front. And this one also, I will do the same thing. It will be stopping on the underbust also. I will mark out the same shape. Alright, so this down pattern here is what I'll be using to cut out the crepe that I'll be using for the bustier that will be under the transparent part. So this is for the front bodice now. We'll go ahead to draw. Alright, so for the back bodice now, I have the lines here. So I'll impute my shoulder measurement on the shoulder and the chest line. Alright, so on the bust line, I will impute my bust divided by 4. And on the waistline, the waist I'm using divided by 4. And also, so I want the back bodice to be dartless. So on the hip line, my hip also divided by 4. When I'm making a transparent corset, I don't like too much of joining, so I just make sure that it has less style line as possible. I can use the dart. I'll be deboning to make design on it, to make many lines, but I don't like it to have so much joining. All right, so we have this one here. So you can bring up the front bodice now. You see now, to know where the line is stopping instead of going over it again. And also on this side, you mark it, so this is stopping exactly at this point. So for the back now, I want the depth of it from this chest line. I'm stepping down from my chest line by, let me extend the chest line here. So I'm stopping down from the chest line by 1 inch for the back depth. So I'll connect this together. Okay, so this is the back, and for the M line, I'm marking it straight like this. So for our eyelet, where the eyelet is going to be on the upper part, I'm going in by 1.5, and from the lower part, I'll go in by 1 inch to have a slanting effect on the back. So this I will be cutting off. So this is where the eyelet is going to be. So this is the upper part, the side, back, and the center back for the back bodice. The back is very simple. So this is the back piece and this is the front piece. We're joining them together on the side like this. So we have this for the front also, the bustier inside, and also the transparent corset. So this is what we got with our pattern. Make sure you lay your hands on it. If you have any question, you can drop them in the comments section. So thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next class.